My name is Kevin Jones. I'm curator of the museum at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. I've been with the museum now more than 18 years and have worked on many exhibitions, including our annual Hollywood costume exhibition and our annual costume in television exhibition. So we do a lot that has to do with the movie and television worlds, because it's also something that we teach here at this institution. We prepare these next generations of students now who then become professional designers in the movie and television world. It's a very interesting project to work on, the Hollywood Costume Exhibition, because we work on it over a year time period. Once one exhibition opens, we immediately started working on the next year's, because these are all costumes. They are the actual costumes worn in the productions, in the films. They're not reproductions or student work here. It's the actual costumes worn by the various movie stars. And because we do this every year, we have to immediately start, and it takes us the entire year to pull it together. Because the costumes come from here in Hollywood, but they also come from London. They're coming from all over the world, because films are created all over the world. When we go to the movies, it's a screen, it's a distance, it's a flat, it's two-dimensional. But to be able to bring those costumes off of the screen and put them in our gallery, and you get to stand and I get to stand in front of them and walk around them and look at all of the details, that is a very different experience than just seeing them on the screen. That's where they're supposed to look finally. All of that. And so for people to be able to kind of freeze frame the movie and then look at all of the details is incredible, because so much gets lost on screen. We're in the story, we're watching it, it's quick and fast, it's cut fast, and you don't get to just focus on the costume. Well, you can here, so we find that very important. Why are costume designers chosen for an Academy Award or any award? It's something that is unique because they have proven themselves within their field. It's very challenging to be a designer in the movie industry, because you have to start out really at the bottom and you work your way up. It can take years. And there's different guilds to belong to and professional organizations. And just like any profession, you have to learn your craft, go to school, but then you also have to go and get the real life experience. And that takes a long time and a lot of collaboration, because the movie industry is a collaborative project. You have to be willing to work with a lot of people in a very quick, fast-paced industry, where you're on set 24 hours a day until your movie is ready. You don't just design a costume, sew it up, put it on your actor and go home. You have to be there to make sure everything is perfect. There are differences, definitely, between being a costume designer, a fashion designer, and a stylist. Now, they're linked because it's about the body and it's dressing the body, right? But each of those individuals has to look at their customer, basically, differently. And any one of them can be each other. You can be a costume designer, a fashion designer, and a stylist if you're talented enough and driven enough and you understand the difference of your client. A fashion designer is creating a look that is going to be popular right now. A stylist is going to take what a fashion designer does for a particular client that wants help putting together a personal style. A costume designer designs, builds, does all of these things, but their client does not exist. Their client is on a screen, is two-dimensional, and is not the actor they're even dressing, because that actor is somebody else. That actor is a queen in Romania. That actor is a transient in Chicago. But those two actors may live in London next door to each other. A fashion designer cannot just say, I want to be a costume designer and I want to dress Nicole Kidman because I can make beautiful dresses for Nicole Kidman. But what if Nicole Kidman is a poor, wretched, starving person out anywhere? They're not going to be wearing the beautiful dresses of the designer. Costume design is about creating character that is believable, that's in whatever scene, in whatever time, in whatever action, that's appropriate. Costume designers can influence what fashion designers end up putting on the runway, absolutely. But it's vice versa. You know, a costume designer can look at a fashion show from even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, last year, and if they're doing a movie that their character would wear something like that, they can draw it in. It's just a back and forth kind of world. The big screen can influence fashion, but fashion can also influence the big screen. And it's been happening now for more than 100 years.